Hi, it's Bruce here from Get More Customers, the Entrepreneur's Circle certified coach, helping small business owners nail the rhythmic acquisition of customers. Today, I'm going to take you through a marketing asset review, or in plain English, I'm going to look at 3 pieces of marketing I've rescued from my recycling and critique them to give you an idea of what's good and what's bad and why. So today's contenders are a letter from Beer 52, a leaflet from Checkatrade, and a leaflet from Ironmongery Direct. Yeah, I know. Clearly I'm a man of a certain age, and this is the sort of thing marketers think I'm interested in. Okay, so first item on the agenda. Crystal clear objective. What's the purpose of this marketing piece? What does it want people to do? Is it obvious? So, Beer 52. Quite clearly, at the bottom of the page, it says go to beer52.com/AP2 or option 2 call. And there's the phone number and quote AP2. So what's good about that is clearly they're tracking this piece of marketing. By having AP2 on it, they know that any responses they get with that reference came from this specific piece of marketing. It's a very smart thing to do. Because it enables you to understand what's working and what isn't. So check, they have a clear objective. Checkatrade, the leaflet is, it's a little more wishy-washy. And it's basically, you've got a directory of tradespeople in here, and then on what would be the back, if I hadn't unfolded it, there is a very vague, actually that's not even a call to action on there. The call to action is actually on the front here. I'm looking for it and I can't find it. This directory contains only a sample of our members, contain an up-to-date report on all our tradespeople on checkatrade.com, and it's in text that is exactly the same as everything else on the front cover there. So it's, I guess, you know, what they're trying to do is to promote local businesses, and in that respect it works because there's a directory in there, but it's quite weak in terms of getting people onto the website. And then Ironmongery Direct, again, on the front, nice and clear, at the bottom, phone number and website address. And then when you open up, you've got the same again on the inside. There we go. What neither Ironmongery Direct or Checkatrade have done is use the tracking that's on Beer 52. So as far as I can determine, the phone number on here and certainly the web address on Ironmongery Direct is non-specific to this campaign. So these guys have no way of tracking the effectiveness of these pieces of marketing. Number 2, not boring. Is it the same as everyone else in your market? If you replaced your logos with your competitors, would it still make sense? And is the language normal, not corporate or uppity? Are the images interesting and creative and not same old cliched stock pics? Will the people receiving this remember anything about it 10 minutes after they've stopped reading it? Okay, so Beer 52, the language in it is, you know, it's fairly straightforward, and it's coming from the chief taster, and it's in fairly everyday language. They got some nice pack shots on here and on the back. You know, it's nice. It's also got this £24 voucher on it, which it's actually just deployed to get people to claim the offer, because the offer in here is 24 quid's worth of free samples. But that's quite a nice touch, and the gold on there, that feels like they've actually sent you something of value. So there's no stock photography on here. It's all the photography on here is being done specifically for this piece of marketing. Ironmongery Direct, well, I mean, certainly that image on the front, that That's probably taken by a supplier, which they've reused. There's nothing particularly outstanding about the photography in here. Obviously, they've got photographs of what they're selling. But yeah, I mean, and Checkatrade, they've got some bloke on the front, some random local tradesperson who, as far as I can see, they've not named. So what was the point of that? And then my favourite piece of artwork is this one here, which to me is clearly a piece of stock imagery that they have photoshopped the Checkatrade stuff into. Not particularly well. I think, again, we have a winner, which is Beer 52. I think they've done quite a good job on that. 3, clear positioning. Is it obvious and clear why they should choose you over your competitors? Does it contain helpful stuff that's useful and shows you are an authority? Okay, so Beer 52 in here, since we founded Beer 52 in 2014, we've been travelling the globe to bring our members in the UK the most delicious, freshest beers delivered straight to their doors. So they're kind of qualifying themselves there. They put the date in there. They say they've been travelling the globe. That sounds quite impressive. Other than that, nothing really leaping out at me. But one would, you could say that in itself is enough. Checkatrade, it contains useful information in the fact that it's got a directory in it. But other than that, there's this thing on the back that says all Checkatrade members are thoroughly vetted before they are displayed on our website. On each of our members' pages, you will be able to see exactly which checks have been carried out and passed. So, they are demonstrating due diligence, bit of vigilance on the people who are included. And Ironmongery Direct, we've got on here load trade prices, free returns, 5-year minimum guarantee. That's quite compelling. So they actually have this column here, reasons to shop. That's a good idea. 4, personable and relatable, people by people remember. Are you in it, stroke on it? Does it include photos and videos of you and your team? Beer 52. Yes, because here at the bottom, and also over the page at the top, where are we there? We have a photo of Richard Crosdale, who's the chief taster. So he's very visible. So it's coming from an individual person. It's coming from someone that you can identify. It's signed by him. It has his signature on it. It has his name on it. It has his photo on it. Checkatrade. Well, again, we've got this tradesperson on the front, but we don't know who the hell he is. On Checkatrade themselves, you get the idea of this kind of faceless entity that has no personality, and if you tried ringing them, you might find it challenging. That's the vibe that you get from them generally. Ironmongery Direct, again, nothing. There's no personalisation in here at all. They could be. There could be 50 people working there. There could be 3. Who knows? There's no personalisation about it at all. To be fair, Beer 52, the letter from the chief taster, this could be a huge organisation, or it could just be him and a mate. You don't really know, but the point is that it feels personal because it's coming from someone whose mugshot is actually on the letter. So it just makes it relatable. It just means that when somebody receives that piece of marketing, it feels like it's coming from an individual. It feels like you're being communicated. It's a one-to-one communication, whereas these are like one-to-many. I don't feel special receiving these, whereas this feels a bit more personal, even though it could actually say Dear Bruce at the top, and it doesn't. You could actually personalise this a bit more. than they have. Basically, all they've done is just stuck my name and address at the top. Not actually done any personalization in the content of the letter, and that would have taken it just one step further. Okay, number 5, video. No excuses, no inhibitions, it's time. You need both of these, you and your team being helpful and passionately educating your prospects and your clients talking about you on video. Okay, so this is all print material, so video's not really going to work. But if you're using any kind of interactive medium, then video is, hello, I'm doing a video now. Video is so powerful, and it's a great way of people getting to know you and for you to be yourself and to interact with people, and just to give it that kind of personalized touch. Also, we know that there's no more powerful testimonial than a video testimonial. So if you have a customer talking about and saying nice things about you, that's the most powerful recommendation you can get. Number 6, awards, accreditations. If you've got it, flaunt it. Do not hide any lights under any bushels. Beer 52, no. Ironmongery Direct, no. Checker Trade, FSC, responsible sourcing. Other than that, no. So just things like industry associations or any kind of awards, that sort of thing, it just helps create a better impression and just sort of strengthens your trustability. Number 7, links to independent review sites. Showcase the reviews and stars you have on whichever site or sites that's most relevant for your sector, e.g. Google, TripAdvisor, Trustpilot, the best of, etc. Absolutely essential for almost every business and mustn't be missed out. Well, again, I mean, you can't put a link on, well, you can put a link on a printed piece of material, but it's harder. You can't just click on it and go there, obviously. There's nothing on Beer 52 that I can see. Nothing on, oh, hang on a minute, is there? Trustpilot. Trusted by the trade, rated excellent. Trustpilot 5 stars. There's no link, but I mean, it'd be fairly easy to Google that and check that. So, Ironmongery Direct, well done. Checker Trade kind of is a review site. So, it would be difficult for them, really, to... and they are collecting reviews on behalf of their customers. So we'll let them off that one. Number 8, testimonials. Not as good as reviews from independent sites, but useful nonetheless. Must be properly displayed to count. That means photo, name, and a headline that summarises the message. Beer 52, check. Because there's a testimonial on here from Christopher Johnston. And we even have a photo of Christopher Johnston. Very, very good. We also have a headline that says, excellent beers. Which is, you know, you'd hope, really, wouldn't you, for a company that only sells beer, that the beer is excellent. So, good. Excellent beers, full of nice surprises, great service. As craft beers go, the average cost per beer is cheaper than would be found in a shop. Really worthwhile. So that's a good testimonial they've got there. The only way potentially that they can improve upon that on a piece of printed material, where you obviously can't have a video of him saying it, is perhaps put where he is, because Christopher Johnston could be anywhere in the world, for all I know. I don't even know if he's in the UK. I don't know if Beer 52 operates outside of the UK. They do tout themselves as the UK's #1 beer club, so presumably he's in the UK, but we don't know. Checker Trade, no, I mean, but again, they are kind of a review site themselves, so But you'd expect, wouldn't you? I mean, well, I suppose this is going out to customers. This is going out to people trying to get work for the people listed. So in fairness, probably not so valuable on here. But I mean, if this were a piece of marketing collateral going to businesses, going to tradespeople to try to get them to sign up, then you would expect to see some testimonials from tradespeople saying how much business they've got from Checkatrade. But we'll let them off because that's not the purpose of this piece of marketing. Ironmongery Direct, they don't have on here a review or a testimonial of any description. But they do, they do have the Trustpilot 5-star thing going on there. So you could potentially look them up. And I guess their call to action is to get you to go to the website. If you go to the website, I guess, there's probably a link to it there and probably some reviews listed there. I don't know. I haven't been there recently. And just as an aside, the rule for your website, at least 4 testimonials for every year you've been in business. Number 9, strong offer. Is there a strong reason for them to take action now? Beer 52. This actually has an offer on it that says 2 extra free beers when you order by the 8th of June. Claim now. And then we've got a little flash on the back that says time limited offer. 2 extra beers, again, highlighted on the back there. So yeah, so they've got, and that's also in the PS. We know that people read headlines, they read the captions on photos, and they read PSs. So that's actually a good place to put that in the PS. Checkatrade, there's no time limited offer on here at all. I guess the idea of this is that you'd pin this up next to the phone, if people still do that. I don't. But yeah, you'd put this in a drawer somewhere so that when you needed someone, you'd go and take that out. Ironmongery Direct, again, no. There's no reason to act now. It's just a bunch of products and buy them at your leisure. So no. 10, multiple clear calls to action, at least 4, probably more. Beer 52. Call to action, yes, we've got don't miss out, claim your free beers at the bottom. We've got our option 1 and our option 2, which we've already discussed, and that's on both the front and the back. So that's 4 right there. They are split. So you're giving people a choice. Some people may want to ring, some people may want to use the website. So that's okay. Checkatrade, well, it's kind of like a mini directory, isn't it? So you're trying to get people to use the listings that are in the directory. But yeah, there's a really weak, as we said before, call to action on the bottom of the front page there. Ironmongery Direct, call them on the front, website link on the front, and then again on the inside. Having rushed through all 3 of those, probably might have been an idea to do one and do it in more detail. Maybe I'll do that in the future. So I'm now going to rank them in order. For me, clear winner, Beer 52, because they've done so much better than the other 2. So clear winner, Beer 52. Well done, Beer 52. Sadly, I'm not that fussed about beer, so that will go back in my recycling once I've finished this video. And then for me, Ironmongery Direct, because they've just ticked more of the boxes. And, you know, I really like this reasons to shop down the side here. You know, and the fact that they have got calls to action, and they have got the Trustpilot 5-star thing inside. And in third place, Checkatrade. In general, it just looks a bit naff. You know, it just looks a bit cheap, and like they couldn't be bothered to employ a designer or someone who knows anything about marketing. I mean, maybe this works really well, I don't know. Maybe the sole purpose of this is to get the businesses who are listed inside it some business, and if that's the case, yay. But it just feels like a really sort of tepid piece of marketing. There's nothing about it anywhere that's particularly sophisticated, and it's just bizarre having that photo of someone on the front, but we don't know who he is. It's just, yeah. So there you go. So if you have some marketing material of your own that you would like me to review, email it to me at bruce@get.more.customers.coach. If you'd like a copy of the marketing asset review checklist that I've used here, just send me an email and I'll ping it back to you as a PDF. See you next time. Bye-bye.